You wanna go on an adventure? Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's so funny, as I was like sitting down to film this, I had this inclination of like, oh, maybe I should put a hat on since my hair's all disgusting, or like put on some makeup, or like make myself look a little better. And then I realized that you guys are gonna spend like 5 months of my life with me on the PCT, where I'm literally gonna have no makeup, potentially not showered in like a week, gonna be like basically as disgusting as humanly possible. So I might as well get used to not giving a shit now. So with that being said, I want to jump into today's video. I get questions all the time about what I am doing to train for the PCT, and like, should you train? You know, what is the whole deal on like getting in shape for it? Won't you just get in shape on the trail? That sort of deal. It's not really a Q&A today. I'm just going to kind of talk about what I'm doing fitness wise to start to prepare for it. And just know in the coming weeks, I'm going to also talk about what I'm doing to prepare food wise and what I'm doing to prepare gear wise. And so if you're interested in really like being along for that prep journey of the PCT, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. And as always, you know, any content that I put out that you enjoy, hit that thumbs up because it really helps me. So before I jump into the nitty gritty of how I'm specifically training for this upcoming PCT hike, I want to take you along on one of my day adventures, just kind of get in the spirit of adventuring, and plus my dog is really cute and I think you guys will enjoy watching her adventure out there. So without further ado, let me take you back to the ski touring adventure and then we'll reconnect in a little bit. You wanna go on an adventure? Tabor, did you want to go somewhere? You wanted to go outside or something? Okay, up! Alright, so it's like almost 12:45 in the afternoon right now, which is really late for me to be leaving and going on some sort of adventure, but just had a lazy morning this morning. I just got back from Mexico last night and I had a great trip. It was so much fun, got a lot of work done while I was there. However, kind of got out of the habit of like fitness. I was only gone for like 5 days, which isn't crazy long, and I do think it's important to give yourself like time to rest and enjoy. So it's not that I feel bad about it, but I do have a race this coming Saturday, so like a week from today, and I was in a really good rhythm with training for it, and so it definitely felt like a little bit of lack of motivation, like I had fallen into that pattern of just relaxing. But luckily, I have one of the world's cutest dogs, which, as you guys know, Tabor, love her. Looking at her and how badly she wanted to go outside and do something is what got me motivated today. So it says it's 47 degrees outside. I live in Colorado in the mountains at like 8,000 foot elevation. So that is super warm for a day in February, which is awesome. So I think it's gonna be really beautiful out there. And I know as soon as I get moving, I'm gonna feel really good and be really glad that I made it happen. So anyways, that's what we're doing today. And the best part about all of it is it's great PCT training, doing all this uphill. So I'm super excited about like how this, all this ski touring that I've been doing this year, this kind of like new obsession, will translate into, I think, hopefully making me feel pretty strong out there on the trail in like, oh my gosh, like almost like literally like 2 months away. Kind of crazy to think about. Anyways, I'll see you out on the trail. thinking of as I was converting my skis back to ski mode. I mean, obviously you spend an hour and a half in the woods by yourself, you get a little time to think. I definitely was having a kind of, I don't know, rough, low energy morning. I just got back from traveling, and I'm really grateful for the lifestyle I get to live. I'm really grateful that I get to go outside and explore and do all the things, you know, kind of on my own terms. I do work really hard, but I can like plan my work around my life. But a lot of times other people don't have that luxury. You know, my fiance works a normal job. A lot of my friends work normal jobs, and sometimes it can be kind of lonely. Like, I have this free time and I want to go adventure and I want to share these experiences with other people. And of course, I'm grateful to share it with my little nugget down there. But I don't know, today I definitely, like, after being with friends all week and this morning, I just had a really hard time getting motivation to get out here. And now that I'm out here and I spent that hour and a half by myself getting up here, I got a little exercise, I got a little sun. I really just think about how actually easy it is to transform a mood. You know, like, if I would have stayed home and just sulked and stayed in that funky mood, then I don't know, I probably would go to bed feeling pretty crappy and like not been able to shake it. But because I got out here and I did move my body and I did, you know, like get out in the sun and just get outside, I feel so different than I did an hour and a half ago. I feel just like grateful and joyful and happy. And so I guess I just wanted to share that because I think it's easy. I know that I post a lot of like excited and inspiring content, and most of the time I am really excited and inspired because it's hard not to be when you're out here like this. But I definitely have a lot of low moments, and I definitely in the last year, since I've had more freedom with my schedule, have struggled more with kind of loneliness and the more depression type feelings than ever before. And so you're not necessarily going to be able to cure like clinical depression with a walk outside, but like if you could even shift your mood the littlest bit and just start to make those baby steps to feeling better, I mean, in the end, I feel like that can make all the difference. So if you need any motivation, if you're sitting on YouTube right now just watching YouTube videos and not necessarily feeling inspired with your life, all I can say is if you can get outside and take a walk and just get some fresh air, it's crazy what it can do. Well, I'm supposed to be skiing right now. My ski is pointed in the downhill direction, but nothing's happening. There we go. Oh God, Tabes. Tabes, you're so sketchy. Alright, welcome back to my living room. That was such a fun adventure. I love when I get to get outside on like beautiful sunny days like that, and to be outside in the middle of winter in a sports bra is literally one of the best things ever. Winters in Colorado can just start to feel really long. As much as I love skiing and snowboarding and all of those things, I definitely start to crave like some sunshine and like being outside with like bare skin and all of that jazz. So it was really nice, super refreshing to be able to do an adventure like that. And without further ado, I want to jump into the topic of today's video, which is how I am training personally for the PCT, like what I'm doing to get into shape. And realistically, like what you just watched, that's the bulk of it. Like my like main thing I've been doing for fitness lately is ski touring. If you follow me on Instagram, you might know that I am training for a ski mountaineering race, which is actually in 2 days, which is terrifying, but also super exciting. I may or may not vlog that. It's to be decided. I'll definitely chat with you guys about it on Instagram. So if you don't already follow me there, make sure you pop over so you can see how I do if I survive the whole ordeal. But yeah, ski touring has been like one of the main modes of fitness. It's great because it's similar to hiking in the fact that like it's like basically you're walking with kind of heavy weights on your feet, getting used to having a backpack, all of those sorts of things. And the best part for me is that I can get out in most of the places that I ski tour with Tabor. And you know, sometimes I feel bad in the winter because it's just a little bit harder to get dogs out and about. And so I've loved diving into ski touring and finding that type of adventure. And like I said, I feel like it's a really great way to cross train for the PCT. I do not have like a training schedule. Like I don't have things written out. Don't have things planned. I don't really look at fitness that way anymore. I come from disordered eating and sort of unhealthy relationship with my body type past. And I used to have so many rules around like my fitness, around my food. And as I've worked on healing myself, I stopped making things like so specific and regimented and really just look at having like an overall healthy lifestyle. So even though I've kind of upped the intensity of a lot of my activities, I'm not like setting out with like, oh, I have to do this many hikes this week, I have to do this many miles. I'm really just getting out and going when I feel inspired and just trying to have as much fun as possible. Another thing, if you follow me on Instagram, that I do regularly is spin classes. I have a cycle bar membership here at the local cycle bar. I love it. I just think it's really, really fun. Especially, you know, in that video or in this video earlier, I was talking about getting in my head and just kind of getting in those low moods. And like I said, getting out and skiing really, really helps, or ski touring, moving my body. But I also find that going to like a fitness class really helps because there's high energy, there's loud music, and you really get a lot of endorphins moving. And so I found that if I'm ever in a funk, getting over to a cycle class or yoga class is really helpful. And that's actually probably a perfect segue into something that's not necessarily training for the PCT, but supporting my ability to train for the PCT and my ability, hopefully while I'm hiking, to not have injuries and everything like that. And that is stretching. I've been practicing yoga for, oh my gosh, I've been practicing yoga for 11 years now. 11 years. That's crazy. And so for me, yoga is so much more than stretching, but I'm making sure that the type of yoga that I've been doing to support all of this increased activity is much more mellow. It's all about like kind of restoring myself. So a lot of yin yoga, if you're familiar, really mellow, really stretch oriented, and just kind of like allowing myself to restore, rest and restore. I feel like people tend to look at their yoga practice for fitness, and you can totally get some fitness from your yoga. But for me, I'm getting so much fitness in the rest of my life that I look to my yoga to restore my energy and to kind of like restore my vitality so that I have more energy for the rest of the things that I do. And so my yoga practice is super mellow, but it's been such an important way to support all of these other activities that I'm doing. And my hope is to really carry that through on the trail and make sure I'm doing as much yoga as possible. And I have to say, like, the mental aspect of yoga, like the ability to drop in and clear your head, is also so important to me, especially as I'm like training and pushing myself and all of that. So I find that to be like a really key component to how I'm getting ready. And other than that, I'm just kind of going with the flow. I think that everybody has a different approach into how they train for something like this. I have never done a thru hike before, so I've read a lot of stories or a lot of other people's blogs and things like that about what they do. And so many people honestly like have really busy lives and show up to the trail and use the first bit of the trail to get in shape for the trail. So that's totally an option. Or some people go balls to the wall, training as hard as possible. And I feel like I'm just kind of in the middle. I'm just living an active lifestyle, maybe turning up the intensity a little bit, focusing maybe a little bit more on leg strength and everything like that than, you know, a bunch of upper body stuff, but really just like tuning in and listening to my intuition and just having fun with it. So yeah, that's really it. Nothing too crazy. Ski touring, a little bit of cycle, and a lot of yoga and stretching and restorative practices so that I can keep my vitality up and feel really inspired when I get out there and hit the trail. So like I said earlier in this video, I'm definitely going to be continuing to release these PCT prep videos, how I'm getting ready food-wise. I actually am really excited about that one because I ordered a vacuum sealer and I'm going to try to make my own like healthy gluten-free backpacking food. So stay tuned for that. I definitely want to have a gear thing. I'm still slowly collecting all of the gear I'll need for the trail, but I'm getting really close now. And that's one of the main questions you guys asked. So there'll definitely be a video on that. If there's any or other like PCT or non-PCT videos you'd like me to create before I hit the trail, definitely just shoot it down in the comments below. And as always, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to stay along for the journey, please hit that subscribe button so that you can be along for all of the adventures to come. Whew, 2 months till the PCT, you guys. I'm so freaking excited.